Psalm TV, the pulse of the nation.
Wukari, rising from the ruined. A town with rich cultural and great historical heritage, being one of the major routes of the Sahara trade from Africa to Europe. It serves as the headquarters of the famous Kwararafa Kingdom and later the administrative capital of the Wukari Federation during the colonial era, giving it the advantage of becoming one of the most advanced cities in Nigeria with one of the best architectural master plans, modern infrastructure and basic amenities, schools and hospitals. Though battered by the storms of conflicts and crisis for the past decade, it still retains the evidence of potential as seen by the structures of old institutions like the Divisional Library Service Wukari, established in 1975, the Water Board, the Telecommunications Mast of Nitel, Taraba State Radio Broadcasting Station and substation of the NTA, among many other government establishments. Far from being just a government city, Wukari was a center of great commercial activities and still serves as a major hub for the production and distribution of food and other agricultural products, not only in Nigeria, but across Africa and beyond. Today, there are signs of restoration across the land as witnessed by establishments of key developmental institutions like the Federal University Wukari, Kwararafa University, Open University and many more in the making. The Federal University Teaching Hospital also opened as a fresh corridor of the improvement of health sciences and services available for people in this region. With the return of peace and security, all is not set for Wukari to ascend to its destined heights of being a true channel of cultural, commercial blessings and the leading light of positive, productive and progressive civilization to indigenous people of the world. This can be achieved by unleashing the creative potential of the young generation, giving them the necessary platforms to create narrative that represents the true value and excellent moral quality of the Kwararafa clan, which is in dire need in today's world of rampant criminality, substance abuse, and other wasteful vices among the young population. So it's safe to say that resurrection of Wukari is for the redemption of its generation that is at the verge of destruction due to the scourge of corruption. And this is being championed by His Excellency Honorable Agbu Dauda Samaila, the chairman Wukari local government with the support of paramount leader of Kwararafa Kingdom and chairman Taraba State Council of Chief, His Royal Highness Dr. Ishaku Ada Ali, the Amataki train of Wukari. We're moving forward to greater heights according to the vision of His Excellency Dr. Agbu Kefas, the Executive Governor of Taraba State.
Good morning and welcome to the Psalm TV Morning Show. My name is Abraham Manijoda. Chief Obafemi Awolowo once said, the press is the only institution that can keep governments and governments on their toes, and because it reflects the conscience of the people. And truly that conscience today beats strongly in the energy of our youth. The heartbeat of Nigeria's future. You know, someone once joked that if you put 5 Nigerian youths in a room with no electricity, no Wi-Fi, and no fuel, by the time you return, they will have created a business, a podcast, and probably a movement. That is the capacity and creativity we're talking about. And on this show, we give that energy, the spotlight it deserves. So, kudos to every youth out there doing something to make this nation a better place, to make the world a better place. And for those who are young people who are doing things that they are not supposed to do, just think about it. In a few years' time, what will you be thinking of this? Where will you be? And how would you look back and say, yes, I've impacted my environment positively? So take a good look at what you're doing and see how. If you're doing the right thing, to keep doing more. And if you're doing the wrong thing, how to change and make yourself a better person in society. Well, that is one of our core duty here on Some TV, to ensure that we give you information, news, and stories that makes you a better person on Some TV, a better person in the world. So with me this morning to make this world a better place is Mr. Ira Daniel Kukwen. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Abraham, and good morning to you out there. Wishing you the very best of this morning.
Okay. Well, it's another day, and it seems it's a rainy morning too.
Yes, there's rain before we came in here. We having rainy September too, which is still very nice for us here.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I was telling you about the fertilizer I applied, and I kept pumping for it. My prayers have been answered.
Congratulations. Sorry.
Yeah. So, well, do you agree with this joke that someone once cracked, that if you put Nigerian youth in a room without electricity, without nothing, if you come back in a few days' time, you must have created a business? Do you agree with that?
Yes, we have ingenious youths in this country that have a way of surprising the world. We have this ingenuity of creating things on social media, in the business world, and other endeavors of life like that. We must admit that that statement is true, if not completely, but to the percentage where it's about 80 to 90% true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is. And if you look at the young people we have around us, Some TV here, they are always very creative, and the way they ensure that the world watches us is a beauty to behold.
Yes, there's a way we must commend the crew, the ones
Very
in...
young. It's a young crew.
Yeah, young crew, young in age, but actually...
Holding experience.
Yes, all in experience, yes. These people started a long time ago, and we have one of the best media crew from this place, our Lillian, the audacious Lillian, then Peter the Rock, one of the best, Elele Leo, one of the best presenters, then Esther, Faith, Desi, James, James and Silas. Yes, I was coming.
From different
yes, I was coming to that because their own case is actually special. So we actually have.
We also have a prophet.
Yes, he's among those I mentioned in the control room. They're actually doing very, very well. Yeah.
Now to the weather. Good morning and welcome to today's weather update across major Nigerian cities. Jalingo, Taraba states currently records about 19 degrees Celsius with rainfall right here in the city of Jalingo, and the weather is expected to be mild throughout the day. In the southeast, Abbas also stand at 23 degrees, while Calabar is slightly warmer at 24 degrees with humid skies. Then moving southwest, Lagos reports 25 degrees, while Abeokuta and Ibadan both at 24 degrees and 22 degrees respectively. Osogbo and Ogbomoso to stay cooler at 22 degrees Celsius. Across the north, Jos remains the chilliest city at 18 degrees Celsius, while Kaduna records 21 degrees. Kano and Katsina are steady at 22 degrees, and Sokoto holds at 23 degrees. So in the northeast, Maiduguri is at 23 degrees, with generally clear but dry conditions. For the south, Port Harcourt is warm at 24 degrees with cloudy skies. Overall, most parts of the country experience mild to warm conditions with temperatures ranging from 18 degrees in Jos to 25 in Lagos. So light showers are possible in some southern cities later in the day. So stay tuned for more updates, and remember to keep your umbrellas handy if you are in the southern region. And also in the city of Jalingo, it's already raining. So the weather prediction is going well.
Yes, we, just like we mentioned earlier, we already have a rainy morning, so we expect that it's going to be as pleasant as we expecting, so that we don't have the floods that we escaped in August, in September.
Okay, well, let's go to the papers. The papers, I think, start with the Daily Trust. Daily Trust. Okay, talks disrupt Katsina's meeting as Rada takes stakeholders to Tinubu. That is on the Daily Trust there. Tinubu set aside NT appointment, recalls DG, ED News.
Okay.
Obasanjo, Abdulsalam, Jonathan push for accessible health care. And fresh quake in Afghanistan as death toll rises to 1,400. President meets CPC blocks in Nigeria not borrowing locally. So let's take the story. I'll tell the major story. Talks disrupt Katsina elders meeting. Let me just give a background to that headline. The security meeting in Katsina State was Tuesday disrupted by a group of men and youths suspected to be talked shortly after it began. The Katsina incident occurred just days after a similar attack on former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, former Attorney General to the Federation, Abubakar Malami. Excuse me. Similar incidents of violence was also recorded in Kogi and Jigawa State. The Tuesday meeting, which was organized by the Katsina Security Community Initiative, was aimed at finding solutions to these security problems developed in the state. Katsina has been under banditry attacks for some time, with many people killed and properties worth millions destroyed. However, the attack came as the state governor, Dikko Umar Rada, led stakeholders to meet with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The leaders, it was gathered, met with the president behind closed doors. So the Katsina Security Community Initiative meeting brought together experts from various fields, including retired high-ranking military and police officers, academics, and opinion leaders. However, trouble started when the convener, Dr. Bashir Kofi, began his overview of the state security situation. He noted that some local government areas were more or less shut down, with economic activities like farming and animal rearing significantly disrupted and schools closed or occupied by bandits. As was highlighting these implications of the situation, one of the men stood up and interrupted him. The man claimed the state government was doing everything to address the problem and described Kofi's remarks as anti-government, which will not allow to continue. The men accused the conveners of failing to hold a similar meeting during the previous administration of Governor Bello Masari and liberate them. Well, when he was asked to wait for his turn, the general comment, other disruptors sprang up and the scene was chaotic, and that's how they went into disrupting. You will know that, for me, this is a well-orchestrated plan by whosoever came up with this plan to ensure that this was disrupted. And I wonder where we're going to.
Yes, another thing in related development to what you're saying, it could be that the meeting in the first place was politically motivated. Now, if you have a group of people who feel that you are the sitting government and whatever gathering is being convened to undermine your efforts, to discredit you, to present you to the public as if you're not doing anything, then in one way or the other, your supporters may not accept it that it is like that. So I always want to say, if you're blaming the rat for stealing, then you should blame the Dawatu for the smell. Most likely, the meeting has this political coloration.
But it was the governor himself that took the convener to meet with the president. And even if he had anything, there are civilized ways to do this.
To go about it.
If a meeting that has the like of Dr. Kofi, elders, and the governor, and other top people, and they can allow supporters to disrupt the meeting, then imagine what will be happening at the grassroots.
Yes, it is some kind of anarchy. If your support, I believe the governor will not be happy. I believe he must have issued statement, okay, stop, you have to calm down, and they will not listen, because at that point in time, they're already out of their senses. So some of these things, if you don't have control over whosoever is called your supporter, then in one way or the other, you don't have any reason to call them your supporter at all. Because if your supporters are going to disrupt a high-level meeting like this and discredit, that's more of discrediting you than supporting you.
They say there's no security, and you just prove
that there is no security.
Yes, there's no security.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we sometimes, these leaders or followers, how they reason. They're having a meeting on insecurity, and you just prove to the whole world that actually the state is not secure. Even in a high-powered meeting like that, something people can still come with machetes, with cutlass, with stones and sticks, and from there they said they were known faces. There were people that are known to be supporters of the government. I like the governor of Katsina State. I think I developed this soft spot for him during the burial of the late former president. The way he participated,
he was so emotional and
was shedding tears.
Yes.
You would have thought he was the first son of
former President Buhari.
You saw the way he was sweating at the graveside,
Yes.
so you know that he was. So I didn't expect something like this from him.
And look at what he did when those bandits attacked that mosque. I saw these videos on social media actually, how he went through those rugged terrain with his vehicles like that. They had to maneuver their way through that swampy area to reach that village where that thing occurred. That goes a long way to say how good his heart is to some extent. And we look forward to this meeting being continued in other platforms that is more saner, so that at the end of the day, the result from this meeting will end up bringing security to lives and properties in Katsina.
Look, the Emir of Katsina, who was also represented by the Waziri of Katsina, Senator Ibrahim Ida. So we can as well say the Emir of Katsina was there. Because
his representative.
He was there. And this is not, if you look at recently in the north, there was a meeting in Kaduna that was disrupted the same way.
Yeah.
There was another meeting in Kogi.
Yeah.
And I think another one in Jigawa.
And Kebbi State.
So it is becoming worrisome that high-powered meetings like this have been disrupted by talks. And there's a need for politicians to call their supporters to order, or to call themselves to order, because most times they tell these supporters what to do, even if they don't tell them directly. There's a way the message is passed to them,
yes,
that they shouldn't allow this to happen. So
and there is no message that is as strong as the law enforcement agency.
Yes.
Seeing to it that these people are brought to book. You understand? By the time these one or two people are brought to book, it will serve as deterrent to whosoever is. But by the time somebody does this kind of nonsense and goes free,
and it even becomes
a normal thing.
He's a hero.
Yes,
do you remember?
Yes,
he was the one
he defied the security agency. Even when governors look, you can imagine a meeting where the governor is attending. The security structure of that place is not going to be lightly. But even if somebody has the audacity to do those kind of things, they will be celebrated. Say, in spite of the security, I stood up and I did this, and people will say, okay, let me do it. All those things.
Well, let's go to the Guardian. Guardian, we have Defense Headquarters denies armed forces supporting payment of criminal groups. Then federal government lists 91 public firms for privatization. Dangote refinery export first gasoline cargo to the U.S. Congratulations to Dangote. They have moved from one story
To the other.
And I think
He's out for business, and kudos to his team members. He's actually having a very nice team. They're making Nigeria proud. They're making Africa proud. We look forward to this being sustained. That is just my prayer.
Enough is enough. PDP governors tell Wike dismiss threats to abort convention. ADC accuses Tinubu of nepotism as Atiku decries rising insecurity. Opposition seeks legal redress for Rivers local government polls and irregularities. And Osun maintains lead with 4,372 as INEC registers 2.5 million in 2 weeks. Court voids mandatory 15-year service requirement for soldiers.
Okay.
So the major headlines, a battle for Buhari's 12.7 million ballots. Tinubu Palace CPC group says revenue target met amid data gap. So let's see. This is a meeting of CPC block of the APC, and they met with the president to discuss issues that has to do political issues. And if you look at it, the CPC block is the block that came with President Muhammadu Buhari to the merger that was done then. And this CPC block is very, very crucial, led by Al-Makura, led by former governor Al-Makura. So it said, and if there's a press statement which they sent out, they said, we call the block for megalomaniacs and those obsessed with amassing wealth by exploiting public positions they had as trustees but wrongly perceive as golden opportunities to help themselves to public tales. They also, in a press conference, in the press release they did, they say after losing power following 8 years in office, they reviewed their brittle temperament and began whimpering less than a month into the current administration, which was still struggling to stabilize. They also said today, they have willfully failed to pull the CPC bloc out of the APC. Seeing the writing on the wall, they have scampered up to the fringe ADC, tails behind their legs, and we have successfully taken over and fully realigned the CPC bloc within the APC and our total alliance to President Tinubu. This is Chief Okoye Obono Oblai.
Okay, your man.
He sent this write-up to me yesterday night. And he also sent a write-up to me concerning their visits. He was part of those that visited the president. The delegation was led by Senator Umaru Tanko Al-Makura and included the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, as well as governors of Kebbi, Niger, Katsina State, and other notable members present were Right Honorable Aminu Masari, Senator Abu Ibrahim, Sharon Ikeazo, Yusuf Saliu, Chief Okoye Obono Oblan, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Yusuf Tuga, Dr. M.D. Shehu, Chairman of the Revenue and Mobilization Fiscal Commission, Uche Ufero, Barrister Day, Bayo Shitu, Senator Adis Seriki, Adis Seriki, Alhaji Sule Ama, Mary Ekpere, Osita Okechukwu, Dr. Nasir Misango Yama, Honorable Adamu Farouk, Abubakar Mekudi, Alhaji Nasiru Danu, Chief Edi Ogumbo, among others. So this is the CPC bloc. These were people that were very close to the president, and they've gone to show their support to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yes, it's a political calculation. Tinubu is getting it right. If this thing is going to translate into votes, then I think he's having a field day. The CPC bloc is a force to reckon with. I think there was this rumored disagreement after the emergence of Nentewe as the APC chairman. But at least with this meeting, there is an indication that they have actually closed the ranks now. So let's see how this is going to translate into votes in 2027. 15 months to go, according to these reports.
Yeah, the battle is for that 12.7 million votes. What I say is it a myth or is it reality? The 12.7 million votes of President Muhammadu Buhari. Well, that is what everybody's trying to address.
Yes, I keep saying that in as much as we all agree that the votes of the masses matters, I think it is easier for you to control the masses when you have stakeholders in support of you, because most of Nigerians vote according to the pattern of what stakeholders instruct them to do, because they believe that there is a way these stakeholders have a way of influencing whatever it is they want. If it is road, if it is development and other things like that, it is those stakeholders that have a say. They have access to the seat of power to what do you call it?
Bring democracy,
democracy back to them. So these stakeholders, as it stands now, if all these names mentioned here are in support of Tinubu on to the point where elections will be conducted, then most likely he will have up to 10 million, if not up to 12 million votes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the dynamics of the numbers of voters is gradually reducing in Nigeria. The true reflection, the days of ballot stuffing and the rest of it. I'm not saying this is part of the 12 million votes, but I'm just saying you will notice that the number of voters, actual number of voters, due to technology, is beginning to reduce.
There's something that APC would need to look at in this political calculation. There are these individuals that are in the CPC bloc, are in the mainstream APC, mainstream in quotes, APC, that have this power in such a way that you can't defy them in their states. And they seem to not be as popular as
those who
are they are opposing. So if, like this report mentioned how Lawal Babachir, then Abubakar Malami have defected from APC to ADC. These are people who control some votes to a very large extent in the places where they originated from. Now, if APC keeps on ignoring forces like this, it may end up giving them problems. So as Tinubu is going about reconciling with the CPC bloc, he should consider reconciling with the likes of Abubakar Malami, the Lawal Babachir, and other people like that, because some of these pockets of votes is going to count at the end of the day.
Well, I think maybe later in the day I will have a chat with our Chief Okobono Oblak to get more perspective on this meeting.
That would be nice.
Okay, moving forward, we go to another paper. Let me see. Okay, sorry, I think maybe we should go to the Vanguard. If you can find the Vanguard on there, let's move to the Vanguard.
Okay, just the major story or the other headlines?
Yes, you can take just one or two, then we'll take the major story.
Okay, I have to look for it. I only have the major story here.
Okay, let's take the major story. National Convention, PDP draws battle line with Wike's camp. In the opposition, People's Democratic Party, the glows are off, according to the Vanguard report here. The two main camps in the PDP are set for a battle for the soul of the party for the November National Convention fixed to hold in Ibadan, Oyo State. The camp of the PDP, led by Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister Mr. Nyesom Wike, after a late-night meeting on Monday, cited court orders and issued a 6-point demand that the party hierarchy, the National Working Committee, NWC, must meet before the National Convention. In the quick counter, the party has taken a hardline stance against former Governors Wike, Samuel Otom, Ayo Fayose, Okeze Ikpeazu, and Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi Enugu over their 6-point ultimatum. The party declared that it would neither be blackmailed nor hijacked. The clash came to a head in Abuja yesterday at the inauguration of the 2025 National Convention Organizing Committee. That's the main committee where PDP National Chairman Ambassador Umar Damagum, Bauchi State Governor and Chairman of the PDP Governors from Bala Mohammed, Chairman of the Convention Committee and Adamawa State Governor Ahmadu Fintiri, and former Senate President and Chairman of the PDP Board of State Senators Adolphus Wabara, represented by former Kaduna Governor Senator Ahmed Makarfi, openly confronted the threats to the party's coalition. Now let's look at the 6 demands by the Wike camp. So Wike and his allies have demanded fresh congresses in Ebonyi and Anambra State in line with court rulings, a new Southeast Zonal Congress, immediate conduct of Ekiti local government congresses, then respect for South-South congresses outcome upheld by the courts, and an end to microzoning beyond the NEC approved formula, and retention of the national chairman position in the North Central. The one that failure to comply with these demands will render the forthcoming convention invalid.
Now, that is where my attention has been drawn to. In the past, we've seen where INEC itself, the almighty INEC itself said the position of Wiki on the crisis of PDP concerning Ayaw, Senator Ayaw, what's the name of the other, Okui. It is Senator Ayaw that they recognize. Now, that dealt a serious blow on the leadership of PDP
and I think
other things
INEC
like
was saying that based on the Supreme Court
ruling. Now, if Wike is still maintaining that part, I don't really want to take note of those demands, those 6 point demands. If at the end of the day, if PDP ignore the attention that is being drawn to the issue of courts and its ruling, then definitely something is wrong with the convention. And just like I said earlier, it is just 15 months to 2027 election. How will they want to handle this thing? Now, Damagum, according to is quoted to have said that APC is using internal saboteurs to disrupt. Now, this is not the point. Just go ahead. I'm expecting Damagum to say, yes, we've taken care of that. He's responding. I'm expecting him to respond to the Wiki and say, okay, we've taken care of that. This is how we went about it. And whatever it is that are your fears should not be there again, because this is the measures we have taken to specifically attack those 6 points. And it's not going to be a problem in the future, because as it stands now, it is just muzzling of strength. This one want to show I'm stronger. Then it's not going to all go well for the party. If at the end of the day, whatever it is that they're going to do in the convention is not going to be accepted in the eyes of the law, then what is the point of going about all this crisis? So the saboteurs may not be those people he's describing now. It may be the ones who have refused to take caution in the calls made by Wiki.
Okay, and I also think, look at the statement of Governor Bala Mohammed. He was blunt in his response. He warned that PDP governors will not allow the party to be dragged into self-destruction. We are not cowards. We are not afraid of anybody, but we cannot continue to keep quiet and allow people to take us to the slaughterhouse. That is our job. Our job is to make sure we won't go to the slaughterhouse. We will not allow it. Damagum said we will not buckle under pressure. Then Wabara said few can't hold majority hostage. Madu Fintiri said nobody would derail convention. So those are just the response so far. The most important thing, the PDP need to really sit down, look at all these issues. Because there is no point having a convention that will eventually come up with more problems
than they already have.
Because to me, the best way to resolve this is to have a national convention to start afresh. But if the foundation that the convention is being placed on is faulty, then the whole convention creates more problems.
What is the use of making these statements? The Fintries, the Damagums, I don't see why they should be making these statements. The statement they're making is not sufficing. They should attack the points. You understand? And say, okay, on this is what we have done. On this is what we have done. On this is not important because of this. To say nobody has the power to stop convention, this is not the point. Because you can go ahead and have the convention, then come back. Because there is a precedence on something that looks like this before. So that is what I think. Yeah.
If you ask me, just look at that list of people. Most of those who are very vocal on this issue, take a good look. They are second-term governors.
That is it?
Who have the elections to run.
Yeah.
Those who are supposed to speak where they are quiet, those are the governors in power, first-term governors.
Yes.
Have you noticed that most of them don't speak over this issue?
Because
and the time you hear them speak is for them to say they are moving to another party. Because the fear is this: if PDP don't get its acts right,
It may
and you
affect.
go into an election,
It may affect whether you win
or lose.
Yeah, it's better you lose so that. But if you win, you may not even enjoy your position that you have won to. So that's the point.
Well, so the PDP needs to sit down and also look at these issues and resolve it before.
Though Wike too did something that I think
We all know where Wike is. Wike is
So-
working for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's holding the PDP with one hand and also holding the APC with the other hand. To me, it is a major problem in that party. But it seems he has some major points that if you don't look at it, you are giving him more power. That
more
is
power.
what-
That's his point. That's the point. That's the point.
Okay, so let's go to this paper. First Daily. There's a story that is a little different from others. Okay, on First Daily. So PDP governors reject Wike's condition, insist conversion must hold. Okay, the major story, why goes digital? Nigeria adopts CBT to end exam malpractice. I saw that headline and I was like, how did we get there? Do you think we are ready? The federal government has announced a sweeping reform in the Nigeria education sector, revealing that the West Africa Senior Secondary Certificate exam will now be conducted through computer-based testing. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, who disclosed this via his ex-handle on Tuesday, September 2, described the transition as a historic milestone designed to restore the integrity of Nigeria's examination system, curb widespread malpractice, and align the country with global best practices. So my problem is, let me just even, the schools we have in the rural areas, is it going to be an hybrid exam or all over the country it will be computer-based testing? I really don't understand.
I think maybe they're talking about WAEC or NECO or something like that.
Okay.
If it is every exam that is supposed to be CPT, we don't have the facility, we don't have the structure,
Okay,
we don't have.
what we used to call GC is what they're talking about.
Yes.
Even at that, do we have the facilities to do that?
Maybe there's a way they will do it since it is JAM half.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can just learn from JAM, and though GC is it's a bigger examination than JAM. But I think there is just need for what did they call the system they use in WAEC, where the same people sitting for the same exams have different questions.
Okay. I think is it hybrid questions?
Now, if they use that method and ensure that the exams is not held in a day, maybe you say, okay, Southern Zone, for instance, it's a Southern Taraba Zone, you write your own mathematics on Tuesday, then Central Zone will write their own mathematics.
They will write it on the problem they have, just like JAM, they write on the same day. The problem they have is, do they have the facilities? Like the GC, like what we used to call the GC, the external examination. How many centers do we have in Taraba State?
Well, we have even in Jalingo, we have more secondary school. Okay, you mean GC, the external, GC is external.
It is external. Now,
Okay.
Are you telling me that those in the rural area, where they may not have these facilities, they will be disenfranchised? The thing is to have a plan. And once you have that plan, you begin to work towards that plan gradually. Because if we go into this thing, you see the problem we had the last SSC. I'm not against technology, but we should do it in such a way that, why don't you focus? Why don't the Minister of Education insist that every school should be equipped?
Do you know that hardly will you find secondary school we have secondary school that have these ICT centers. It's just that
there is
they are
no
not
secondary school, government secondary school in Nigeria that can write their internal exam with CBT at the same time. Maybe, okay, we're writing exam, private, even the model schools.
Yeah.
I'm talking about government secondary school that can go fully digital. There is none.
That's why I suggest that they should just make it in such a way that it's not everyone that will sit for the exams on that day. Maybe they can stretch the exams to weeks. Do you understand?
You know the way it is now, it is also weeks. They write different subjects.
Yes.
So if we want to do it that way, you may end up writing exam from now to next year. Because one thing is that most of them write up to 8 to 9 subjects.
Maybe even if it's going to take 6 months and it's going to curb malpractice. Do you understand?
Curbing malpractice is to me, it's a human problem. If we would just have to ensure, even if you look at that technology, they still bypass it. We've seen people working. The problem is human. And the problem again is that apart from withholding the results of the students, how many people, officials, have been brought to book? So what happens is that, well, the students just pay the brunt and they pay for exams next year again. But do officials involved in it?
And another way of curbing exam malpractice is ensure that whosoever is hired, do you understand?
Yes.
Whosoever is hired is capable of doing whatever it is that he's been assigned to do. That is going to go a long way in curbing malpractice. Because in most instances, the result of this malpractice we normally tell
Yes.
in offices and other places of assignment if at the end of the day those who graduated are hired. There are instances where you see people graduating from secondary school and going to the university or other higher institutions, and you will discover that you wonder how they got the requirements.
They won't even be able to fill their
Yes,
form.
the subject they scored A. For instance, somebody will have A in English language and will not be able to communicate effectively. And just like your guest yesterday was talking about, it is not actually the result that matters. It is what you use that result to be able to achieve. The knowledge, not actually the result that you use, the knowledge you've gained, what you're able to use it to achieve is what matters.
Okay, well, we call on the government to take a good look at this. It's a good innovation. We need to move on, but let us be sure we are ready for this before going into it. Well, I think we will have to draw the curtains on this segment of the morning show at this point. I will go for a short break. When we come back, the morning show continues.
Taraba State, let's ascend to the future. Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance and commerce are at your fingertips 247. Welcome to the future. Taraba Business School and Taraba News proudly present a revolutionary lineup of products and services designed to transform your life. Sun TV, your premier 247 destination for local and international entertainment, news and educational content. Come to the broadcast of News Hour on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of World News on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of news across Nigeria on Super Media Television.
This is Sport Daily on Sun TV.
Good morning, Nigeria. This is the morning show from Sun TV.
Super Cap, safe, convenient and affordable 247 transportation services across Jalingo and Taraba State. Super Cash unlocks seamless 247 financial transaction, easy loans and rewarding savings with our innovative mobile banking solution. Taraba Online Market. Buy and sell local and exotic products. Connect with suppliers and grow your businesses 247 with our vibrant e-commerce platform. TBS e-learning. Access a wall of knowledge with our comprehensive online courses and myriad of professional programs. SuperSoft. Unlock exclusive subscription-based services, discounts and reward. Don't miss this groundbreaking products and services. Join us as we all celebrate in the future and experience the future today. Taraba Business School and Taraba News, empowering your future 247. Ascend to the future. Hey Taraba State, let's ascend to the future. Imagine a world where entertainment, transportation, finance and commerce are at your fingertips 247. Welcome to the future. Taraba Business School and Taraba News proudly present a revolutionary lineup of products and services designed to transform your life. Sun TV, your premier 247 destination for local and international entertainment, news, and educational content. Come to the broadcast of News Hour on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of World News on Super Media Television.
Welcome to the broadcast of news across Nigeria on Super Media Television.
This is Sport Daily on Sun TV.
Good morning, Nigeria. This is the morning show from Sun TV.
Supercab, safe, convenient and affordable 247 transportation services across Jalingo and Taraba State.
Welcome back to the morning show on Sun TV. My name is Abraham Manijoda, and with me this morning is Mr. Ira Daniel Kukwen. He's the Director of News and Public Affairs on Sun TV. Once again, welcome to the Taraba News segment of the morning show.
Thank you very much. I'm always happy to be on this platform.
So now we're going to look at stories that have to do with Taraba State because this is our host state and Jalingo is our host city, and we must focus on the beloved state of Taraba State. Now let's go to the story on Taraba News. Taraba News is the most influential newspaper in Taraba State. It has the story, Governor Kefas felicitates Vice President Kashim Shettima at 59 years. The Executive Governor of Taraba State, Dr. Abu Kefas, has extended warm felicitations to the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Alhaji Kashim Shettima, on the occasion of his 59th birthday. In a goodwill message issued on behalf of his family and the people of Taraba State, Governor Kefas commended the Vice President Shettima for his unwavering commitment to peace, unity, and national development, particularly in the Northeast sub-region. He described the Vice President's dedication to service and humanity as inspiring and worthy of emulation. So, well, it's a good one from the Governor to the VP.
Yes, congratulations to VP on his new age. We wish him the best. Alongside Taraba State government, we wish him the very best, and we look forward to him having more fulfilled years in service to humanity and to Nigeria. Okay,
we wish the Vice President a happy birthday. By next year, he's going to be 60.
Yes.
The One thing I like about the vice president is he's a good orator.
He speaks very, very well. One of those people from the north that have the command of the language, and just like you said, he's a very good orator.
Okay, and I think that is one of the things that makes me like him. He speaks with such. He's a very man that is very good with numbers. One thing I noticed about him is that he's very good with numbers. Wish him all the best. So now I'm also going to another story here. We have the story of INEC. Well, we have the story of APC speaking about All Progressive Congress, APC in Taraba State, have described the imposition of fees to be paid by candidates contesting the forthcoming November 8 local government election as a deliberate strategy to disenfranchise the political parties from participating in the election. The state chairman of the party, Brian El Sudi, stated this during a press conference in Jalingo on Monday, disclosed that the Taraba State Independent Electoral Commission imposed 1 million naira fee on chairmanship candidates and 500,000 naira for those seeking office of vice chairman. According to the guideline, female candidates contesting for vice chairmanship position will pay 250,000 naira, male councillorship candidates 150,000 naira, and female councillorship candidates 75,000 naira, while person with disabilities are exempted. The Swedish State that TSIEC imposed the conditions contrary to the Supreme Court's directive as stipulated in Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Violence party will challenge the position of the fees in court if not reversed immediately. I think if you ask me, this is uncalled for. Why should such huge amount of money be imposed on people who wants to come and contest for election? The Taraba State Independent Electoral Commission should be funded from the coffers of government, from taxpayers' money.
Yes, that is what it's supposed to be, but they have not given any reason for this. I think maybe they should come out and clear the air and explain to Tarabans why these fees are being imposed like this. Well, I don't think it is reasonable, and it should not be obtainable in this dispensation, in this scenario that we are passing through so much hard times as a nation and as a country. There is no need for this, except if they have a reason that is reasonable enough for this, then they should come out and clear the air and see to it that the right thing should be done. I call on Taraba State SEEC to respond to the call from the APC chairman of Taraba State as soon as possible so that it doesn't degenerate to presenting it in bad image.
Yeah, they should give us a good reason why people should pay this amount.
Yeah.
Because tell me, I don't see any reason why you should be paying such amount. So are you telling me that anybody without such amount that wants to come and serve the people is already knocked out technically?
Yes, and the APC chairman said something that's actually very serious. He said they viewing it as a strategy to disenfranchise. Now that is a heavy statement, that there is a need for state SEEC, Taraba State SEEC, to come out and clear the air, issue a statement, or give clarification on why they take this decision, so that everybody will be convinced that it is not as a result of the fact that they are working for a particular political party.
Okay, now let's go to the big story making the waves. The comrade Omo Yele Sowore made some comments, some statements about the governor of Taraba State. And also yesterday night, he also wrote about the state of affairs in Taraba State. Let us, I don't want, in the first comment he made, I will first of all say his choice of words doesn't align with my own choice of words.
Yeah.
But, well, some say he has a point, some say he doesn't have a point, and some say he has both a point and no point. So, but citizens are already responding to him. Let us look at this. Some of the response from Taraba State citizens. They say Taraba State citizens have rejected in totality the assessment of social media influencer and publisher of reporters Omoyele Sowore. Sowore, in a post on his social media handle, said, "I have also heard about Taraba State Governor Abuke Fas. He has proven to be completely useless, corrupt, inept, and incompetent." Those are his words, which I don't agree with such choice of words, if you ask me. Reacting to the post, Ambassador Kwense Mure, president of StyleCorp Peace Project and social media activist, wrote an article titled "Beyond Insult, Why Should We Attack on Governor Abuke Fas Misses the Point." Ambassador Kwense Mure said that when Comrade Omoyele Sowore, political activist and former presidential candidate, took to his Facebook page to describe Governor Abuke Fas as completely useless, corrupt, and inept, incompetent, he was not engaging criticism but in sheer insult. Mure stated, "Real criticism is grounded in fact, evidence, and constructive reasoning, not hearsay and sweeping generalizations." The reason why I picked on this most especially is that Kwense Mure could be considered as the most vocal critic
of Governor Kefas.
But he was one of the first to come out and kick against the position of Omoyele. What's your view on that? What he said, his choice of words, and, well, the facts behind the statements?
Well, just like you started by saying, I disagree with his choice of words. I think the description he used for the governor of Taraba State is something I disagree with completely. I think the governor is trying his best. If he comes and gives us facts, more than what he has just said, then we should be able to, that is the people responsible for such response in the government of Governor Kefas should be able to give him response. But when he resorts to insult and other things like that, it's I describe it as maybe he just wants to seek for attention. Maybe he feel as if these two will make him trend or something. I don't think what he's saying at this point in time is reasonable for him to say at this point in time, considering that he said he's touring. He's going to tour the states. He should come and make statements on this particular road, then actions that will respond to him on that will come up, and let's see how it goes. Okay.
Well, I think that's, let's see how it goes, just like you always say. Yeah. Now, let us look at this press statement by Honorable James Phillips, the Commissioner, Ministry of Cooperative and Poverty Alleviation, Taraba State. Okay. This is a press statement from him. He said, "I wish in the strongest term condemn the reckless and uncouth remarks made by Mr. Omoyele Sowore on his Facebook handle, wherein he referred to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Taraba State, Dr. Abuke Fas, in derogatory and insulting terms, calling him useless and corrupt. Such statements are not only false, baseless, and malicious, but also a deliberate attempt to smear the image of a governor who has, since assumption of office, demonstrated exemplary leadership, visionary governance, and unwavering commitment to the development of Taraba State and welfare of its people. Governor Abuke Fas is a patriotic leader whose passion for service delivery, poverty alleviation, and youth empowerment and infrastructural transformation is visible to all. So Honorable James Phillips, the Commissioner of the Ministry of Cooperative and Poverty Alleviation, is really coming out with facts to defend and to kick against the statement of Comrade Sowore. So, and I think I agree with the Honorable Commissioner. We just sit back and watch someone insult the Executive Governor of the state, and he has come out with some very factual with this press statement. So he also, Honorable Abu, also called on all well-meaning Nigerians to disregard such reckless utterances and see them for what they are, desperate attempts at seeking relevance through cheap blackmail. Democracy thrives on constructive criticism, but not on gutter language and character assassination. Do you agree with that? Honorable Abu Phillips on this?
Yes, I agree with him to the extent that he too, I think his choice of words is becoming too strong. But I think Sowore should not use such choice of words. It amounts to chances where he wants to seek relevance too. We expect him to be more decent than that. He has always been on the news for one or two controversy. So I think the best thing for Sowore to start doing is whenever you bring up issues like that, there is a need for you to be more decent, to be more coordinated, to be more, harness your information very well, present them in such a way that it's going to speak volume. He's degenerating to insult, all these, some sort of thuggery, some sort of cyberbullying and other things like that. So, yeah.
Okay, so finally, Honorable Abu James Phillips urged the people of Taraba State to remain resolute in their support for Governor Abu Kefas as he continues to deliver good governance, promote unity, and position Taraba for greater heights. So, well, that is their press statement from Honorable Abu Phillips, Commissioner, Ministry of Cooperative and Poverty Alleviation, Taraba State. Well, that is all I will take on that. I think he has spoken well, and I hope they listen. So let's still go to some of the responses to that. Yes, there are a lot of responses to this. There's this one here, Omoyele Sowore, and the disease of SA highlights significant implication of good governance of Dr. Abu Kefas in Taraba State. And just on the side, yesterday night, I reached out to Comrade Omoyele Sowore, sent a message to him, and I provided the chance that we are the major TV station, the major media outlet in Taraba, and it would be good for him to come and speak on those issues and clarify some of the statements he made, because as it is now, it's getting a lot of responses right, left, and center. And it wouldn't be fair as professional journalists for us to only listen to the side of those who made this statement. So he's free, just like I said, to come on some TV to make clarifications on those statements.
Yes, we look forward to him responding, because it's actually, he has made a grievous statement that he needs to come up and explain if he deems it necessary. But because I don't think he should just stop at those Facebook posts. He should do more than that, and let's invite also the side of the government so that we'll see how
I've already sent some messages to Comrade Sowore. Now let's look at this regional by Honorable Peter George, Commissioner, Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Taraba State. Honorable Peter George has this to say. He said, Omoyele Sowore must understand that governance is not noise-making, nor social media showmanship. His recent attempt to label Governor Abu Kefas as useless, corrupt, inept, and incompetent is not only reckless, but also a glaring exhibition of ignorance clothed in desperation. Governor Kefas has, within a short span, brought education to every doorstep in Taraba by declaring free and compulsory schooling, revitalized agriculture, strengthened security, and is systematically rewriting the history of our state with vision and courage. These are not the traits of ineptitude, but of a leader with clarity, discipline, and results. That is according to Honorable Peter George, the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Taraba State. He says Sowore's words are empty echoes, although that's thrown without aim. Taraba people, no one feel the difference Governor Kefas is making. So instead of, he said, instead of dissipating energy on business attack, Sowore should learn the dignity of truth, the grace of silence, and the wisdom of facts. Honorable Peter George went further to say Governor Kefas is building while Sowore is willing. History will separate men of substance from men of noise. He ended it by saying, Taraba is moving forward. Thank you to the amiable Governor, Dr. Abu Kefas. The people's choice with his 4+4 is equals to 2023 to 2031. That is Honorable Peter George, Commissioner, Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Taraba State.
Yes, he has issued a statement that has disagreed with Showore, just like we expect them to do. Just like you said, we look forward to Showore too coming up to Shom TV and see to it that he makes clarification on what he has said. I don't know how the people on the side of government will handle it, but we look forward to them meeting on the studios.
They're already
of Sun TV.
handling it. Yes, on Taraba News. And also, I believe...
We look forward to maybe on TV.
I believe the government of Taraba State will not shy away from this opportunity to come and clarify issues based on what Comrade Showore said. Yeah. Okay, well, I think those are the major stories. Now, let me see if we have another one here, okay, I think we have another one here. Okay, Honorable Chris Nelson Dimas has this to say. Chris Nelson Dimas is the Special Advisor on Policy and Strategic Communications to His Excellency Dr. Abu Kefas. He said, I read a reckless post from a more Showore official page casting some aspersions on the personality of Taraba State Governor Dr. Abu Kefas. He said it is irresponsible to utter such unfortunate and unfounded words to the symbol of authority and stability in Taraba State. He said one should regard these words as an attack to the people of Taraba State rather than on the governor. He said for someone attempting to lead Nigerians as president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Showore is better regarded as a failed comedian, blogger, wannabe. That is the choice of the Special Advisor on Policy and Strategic Communication. Honorable Chris Nelson Dimas. Well, you know, Chris Nelson Dimas is a very good writer, and you could see it in the way he was able to craft this. Showore is better regarded as a failed comedian and blogger wannabe. And also, I want you to look at the area whereby he said, where do they draw the line? You're calling the governor such a name. Don't you think it's more or less like an insult to the people of Taraba State? Because we elected this governor, and he deserves the respect because he's holding a seat for the people of Taraba.
It is true. The response has already shown that the people from Taraba are not taking it lightly with Showore. They've come out hard on him. That is an indicative of the fact that they're not actually agreeing with him. Even on social media, you will see so many responses, people talking about the free education and other worthwhile endeavors that the governor Abu Kefas has embarked upon that the people feel is benefiting them. If you want to take the opinion poll of responses on the claims of Showore, you will discover that so many people are disagreeing with him, and that goes a long way to tell how popular Governor Kefas is still among Tarabans. Okay,
he went further. That is Honorable Chris Nelson Dimas went further to say, we will not be bamboozled by Showore's uninformed criticism, which is often marked by false and hateful narrative. He said, given his history of using blackmail as means to remain relevant, we can only view this statement as a standard approach. Our Governor Abu Kefas will continue to uphold his exemplary conduct for the development of Taraba as promised to the people of Taraba. So this is a message from Special Advisor on Policy and Strategic Communication to His Excellency Dr. Abu Kefas, Honorable Chris Nelson Dimas. This is what he wrote. Well, I think the responses, the rejoinders, this press statement are coming fast and thick in support of Governor Abu Kefas. But I think this is just another sign to show that the world is watching Taraba.
Yeah.
So whatever we do, we should ensure that we do the right thing because the focus of the world is on us. And this also to the government officials. The world is watching, not only Taraba.
That is the truth. There is a need for everybody to sit up and develop Taraba States.
Okay, well, I think with this, we'll have to draw the curtain on today's edition of the Sun TV Morning Show. I would like to say yes. Thank you, Joe, for being always there for us. And also thank you, Mr. Iradane Kukwe, for this.
I'm always happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Yes, and the studio manager, Mr. Moses Peter, at the Gentle Rock.
The
of
Rock.
Sun TV.
Peter the Rock.
Peter the Rock. And not forgetting the master control operators for the day, Mr. James
Emmanuel Atta.
And
Silas God give Walu.
Well, God gift, and also the son of the prophet, and I think we left some minutes ago. And also Esther Oka Stephen. So we would like to thank everyone.